All Stars
Stinky
10. What's it like? Ginger Minj, Hate Train, All Aboard.
Or you could call it running a Ginger Minj hate train.
Hashtag rigged.
People are gonna think we're serious.
I know. I'm so excited.
Welcome to Poop on My Tits Tuesday. We need to have a little jingle. Let's come up with a jingle sometime.
You go ahead and you get right on that. Oh, we have to try. We're trying out not swearing immediately. We haven't said any swear words yet. He's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. We are a family-friendly YouTube channel. What did we miss? What's the recap? We're not swearing, and we were talking about gossip from Naked and Afraid.
Yes. We spoiled a really large part of the
We did take a huge spoiler, so I had this like nice microphone that's not being used. And I was like, well, maybe I'll buy a little interface and a little preamp and I'll send it to Joshita with my nice microphone so that he can have better audio. And I finally like set it up to test it today. And I was planning to like use that microphone for stream today so that I could test that it sounds good. And I like plug it in and it's literally picking up a radio signal and playing Sugar Ray.
I just wanna fly.
It was every morning there's a halo hanging from the gun. It's a fucking banger. This is our last stream of being gay, everybody. Pride Month will be over by our next stream. Everybody's back to heterosexual. I'm not a big pasta person, really.
You're a big...
What did we say? No swearing.
Dang it.
This is a family-friendly stream. Hello, Greaseballs, and welcome to the Grease, where we will overanalyze this week's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 10. I am your host, Princess Capella, joined today by none other than Joshita.
The illustrious, the beautiful, elusive chanteuse herself.
Okay, I'm waiting to see if you're going to sneeze, and then we'll actually start. Oh. Oh. Bless you, Joshita. Oh, my gosh. Last week, Daya and Ginger Minj were in the top. Ginger wins, gains 3 points. Daya is in second place with 2 points. And we have our Kumbaya MVQ point award session. All the pairs just exchange points.
All the partners give each other their point. So it's like, oh, okay, well, whatever.
Okay, so the standings now, right, are Ginger with 3, Daya with 2, everybody else has 1 Kumbaya point. But this week there's actually a mini challenge where the queens dress up as Cher Horowitz and deliver some iconic Clueless lines. For some reason, Denali wins this challenge. Thoughts?
She was not giving Clueless at all. She was giving like much more like mid-2000s like bimbo.
I thought that Acid Betty did a really good job.
I did too. I love her.
The maxi challenge this week. Weech? Hello?
Weech?
Girl, mama. It's like
This
as soon as we
week.
stop talking about Arby's, I'm like brain dead. The maxi challenge this week is Stagecooch, where the queens are split into groups of 3, and each group must do a country song and dance number.
And they're all not excited, except for Ginger.
Yeah, Ginger was the only one, and like I can't really say that I blame them, I guess, rather, because country is a very like divisive, especially kind of among the gays.
The real tea is that Ru always loves to throw at least one country number in there. Like, it's always a possibility with Ru. Like, Ru has a country song. Like, they did a finale for, like, country for All-Star 6. So, like, it's definitely always a possibility with RuPaul.
Are you a country fan?
I don't really like mainstream country.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't hate it or anything like that. I like folkier stuff.
When first mate Kate was a truck driver and I was with her, we got really into country music because it's like, well, you're driving a semi truck, so you might as well just like country.
So you might as well.
It worked though. Our first group.
They were the Mud Flaps.
Mud Flaps. Okay. The songs in this episodes were not it. They were really bad. And it's like, okay. The thing with specifically Cynthia's verse, right, is that there's a beat in almost every Drag Race song that you can use, and it's like the one that Cynthia did, like da 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 da. You can put it in so many songs, like across the global franchise, and it will work. And that is like what I didn't like about Cynthia's verse.
There is something about her verse and the way that she delivered it and sang it that makes me just need and want to like gutturally, loudly belly scream laugh. Like, I don't know what, like, when I was watching it, I was like laughing so hard to the point where I like couldn't control it. It's just like, it made me want to cry a little bit how funny I thought it was. But I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just like, running on my cuckoo, you were like
running on my cuckoo, you were running on my cuckoo. We were doing that for like 10 minutes, just stimming in the voice call before we started the stream.
Running on my cuckoo, you were running on my cuckoo. Honestly, she did a pretty good job. Like, it made me laugh my freaking booty off.
Yeah.
I did think that the words were not all there. That's a very cuckoo thing to have happen, though.
Sure.
So
yeah.
I actually put her performance in But Is It Fashion for that reason.
First mate Kate, don't act like you don't know what riding on my cuckoo means. Cynthia's voice was a standout for sure. I really, really loved her voice because like we know that she's an accomplished opera singer, like truly, but I didn't know she could kind of get dirty with it. Like she was like, you know, like sassy. Like I really was obsessed with her actual voice. The lyrics were goofy as hell. I almost put her in Slayana because of her actual voice, but I was like, let's be a little realistic. But yeah, the melody was so bad. So I put her in All Right Mama. I was. Okay, we'll put her in the top of But Is It Fashion for now. Here it is. Ba-da-bow, ba-bow-bow.
Whamala bamala.
Screw you, you cheating mother tucker.
Oh,
it was such a bad
that
song.
was stuck in my head so bad.
It's
I literally woke up this morning. Hot damn, you take me for a sucker.
Our next queen is Daya Betty, and my editing software started working again so that we have an actual video.
I didn't have a really like big problem with this. I liked her outfit. I hated the hat. I wish the hat was different. Or maybe the star was different or something. I don't know. I wasn't super moved by this. Her dancing was pretty good, but like the energy behind like I just felt like she could have pushed it more. You know what I mean? I put her in But Is It Fashion.
I liked that the look was kind of punk rock and country. I mean, she was doing kind of a boot scoop boogie. Like she was kind of getting country with it on the stage.
Getting it?
She was getting it. I wasn't totally blown away, but I did also actually have Diabetica in
But Is It Fashion?
But Is It Fashion?
But is it?
Ginger Minj. Thoughts and feelings and prayers?
I kind of wish she wasn't wearing chaps, but I get it. They work for the thing. I'm just over chaps in general. That's a personal thing. She sold this. Like, she was there 100% of the time. She was present. She knew all of the words. She knew all of the choreo. She really did, in my opinion, in this situation, she outperformed the other two. And I had her in All Right Mama this week.
Now, I know the title of the stream is like Ginger Minj Hate Train, like as a joke, but this, you cannot tell me that this entire bracket is not like tailor-made for Ginger to win. We can just be open and honest about it. If she was in a different bracket, yes, she would still do well, but this one specifically is like golden.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? What I appreciated a lot about Ginger in this performance was her verse was different. It was less obvious as far as the melodical structure and the rhythm. Like, you can tell Ginger like writes music and sings, and that's why she did well. However, Ginger committed what I consider to be a drag sin, or just like performing sin.
What is that?
She pretended to finger herself and then smell her finger like it was nasty. And I personally, as someone who has a vagina, right? I don't care about like the term fishy. Like, I'm like, okay, whatever. I understand, like, it's bad. I think it's kind of funny, whatever. But this thing I don't like. The smelling, pretending your smells on stage. I hate that. Because have you ever smelled dirty and balls and man ass? Come on. Like, let's not pretend.
All weekend last week.
Bro, right. He was in the forest smelling dirty dick and balls and man ass. Like, okay. So I absolutely hate when queens do this. And because of it, I put her in Cut Your Wigs Up.
I think it's fair.
So she's.
I think it's a valid and fair point of view.
Make this a short. Oh my God, we're gonna get so much hate. I will. Ginger is getting demoted this week. We can still put her like
put her in the bottom of, but is it fashion?
In the bottom. Okay.
Your thoughts are valid. Everyone's thoughts are valid.
My thoughts are law. Around here, they certainly are. Your thoughts are valid and your pussy smells good.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, so the next group has the song Sucking Dick Trailers.
Baby, I can suck the chrome off a trailer hitch.
So our first performer is Acid Betty.
I love Acid Betty so much.
Yes.
This wig needs to be cut up and burned and buried and stomped upon and pissed on and spat on and blown up. This is the Nancy Grace wig. Why did she bring the Nancy Grace wig back? She was eliminated in this. I love her enthusiasm in this. I don't really understand I get the angle she was coming from. I just don't think it made sense. It was a little strange and confusing. I actually had this in Cut Your Wigs Up, as bad as that makes me feel. Because I love her, truly love her. But no, mama. No.
What is impressive about the outfit is the way that the lights read on the stage. Like, even...
The lights were cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but it doesn't...
Dee Snider was right there.
She looks so much like Dee Snider. She should do Dee Snider for the Snatch Game down. Like,
Holy
when he's
shit.
in court. Yes. Oh my God.
Yes.
Acid kind of approaches with a different angle with the Large Marge character. I liked the outfit and the lights, but that was Congress. Oh my gosh. Wow. Good for her. The outfit wasn't country though. Like, let's be real. It was maybe like 60% Coachella and 40% country would like be pushing it.
It was like not at all that much country.
It's only country because they put the hat on. And can we talk about the hat though? Because like, okay, the wig is busted and was blown up. The hat was coming off and she kept fucking with it the whole time and it was never clocked. Well, I'm clocking it. Why was this never talked about? Like, this could not be on a regular season. And Michelle Visage wouldn't, there's no way this would get past Michelle Visage. Like, she would be like, now, Acid, why didn't you pin that hat onto your wig?
I love that your descriptor for the wig was blown up.
It looks like it was blown up. I hated the hat. Just made me mad. Sorry.
The bangs, dude. The bangs. The fringe.
The fringe. I had put her in the top of But Is It Fashion for me. We'll put her in Cut Your Wigs Up for now. Because we had to kind of put Ginger in But Is It Fashion. Next up is Alyssa Hunter.
My God. I mean, there's room for everybody. Let's just say that.
Goodness.
What was with the Muppet voice? I don't understand it.
Is that what we sound like to her?
That can't be what she thinks anybody sounds like.
Accents are hard, you know? That's the only thing I can think of is that she was trying to do like a Southern accent or something, and it just...
When you attempt to do a British accent,
yes,
you just... You don't change...
Chili vinegar,
you don't
chili vinegar,
change,
chili vinegar, chili vinegar, chili vinegar, chili vinegar, bosh!
You're not changing the way you sound, you're just changing, like, not like the pitch or like the timbre of your voice. And she's like, oh, this is like, I'm not talking like this, I'm trying to be full British. You understand, bro?
What in the world?
I don't know. She just got way too in her head. Cut your wigs up.
God bless Acid Betty for like stopping her when she did, so that
I
it
know.
wasn't like only that weird Muppet voice. I just feel like I feel bad. And this was another one. I have this note. I have a note. Thank you, Drew, about the hat. That the hat was the outer saboteur, and none of these women pinned their hats on their heads. It was all a choice. The pew pew was iconic. To be fair,
Because of Cuckoo, though.
I have this in Cut Your Wigs Up. Okay, so Cut Your Wigs Up below Acid Betty. Are we good with that?
Yeah.
Our final performance is from Denali.
I love this look.
Me too. Oh my god.
I mean, once I figured that out, I was like, oh my god, that's fine. That's country enough for me because she did so good. She looked so good. And she really had that performance down. Like she has like really was controlling the stage.
Mm-hmm.
That wig looked amazing on her. Her face looked amazing. The little floaty like leaf thingies around her hat are fucking so cool. I love how everything had like all the movement to it. She really killed this, and I gave her the Slayana for this week.
Like her lyrics were good. But what was weird is like it almost sounded out of her range vocally. Like her vocals sounded very weak.
Okay.
But her lyrics were like they were cute and her dancing was really good. So I put her in All Right Mama because I wasn't blown away by anybody this week. So I didn't feel like giving out to Slayana.
It's usually the other way around.
Yeah, it is. Normally, I'm like giving out 15 Slayanas. But we also right now don't have anybody in All Right Mama. So tier list for this week. Is this real? Chet. Then we are moving right along to the runway, which is Night of 1,000 Mileys.
Did Miley just cancel or something?
Yeah, right?
I'm like, why did they have a Miley runway, a Miley lip sync, and she wasn't there?
Kind of a bummer. I would have loved to see her.
I was so back and forth on this look.
Me too.
I'm so back and forth because it really gives Acid Betty.
Yes.
And I like it, but it doesn't, when I look at it, I do not say, oh, Miley, for sure. So I don't know about that. I don't know about the torso chest area. But I don't hate it, I guess. So I'm going to give this one like a light grease.
I think where it doesn't read Miley the most is obviously the hair. If the hair had been just like a regular kind of blonde hair, it kind of might have read a little bit better. But I did like this twist on the outfit when you did see them side by side. I did give it a grease, but I agree it isn't necessarily a Miley look to me.
Miley didn't have mud boobs, that's for sure.
Alyssa Hunter.
This is probably my all-time favorite look of Miley's. I remember seeing her perform in this and I was like, oh, here she is. This is what this bitch needs to be doing. The hair wasn't enough. It wasn't enough like Miley's because it was so big when Miley did it and it was so different for her. Mm-hmm. The dress obviously looks great on Alyssa. I think the hair needed to be perfect. Like both aspects of this needed to be perfect. There are 3 things that you have on: hair, a dress, and shoes. And the dress is on, the hair isn't there, and it like, if you miss one out of anything, it's like, it's not going to be right. And it looks like the shoes are even different. She still looks great. Light breath of a grease.
She thought that microphone was going to save her. Yeah. And like the thing she came out in was like really cheesy. The dress is stunning. I love Bob Mackie. I mean, who fucking doesn't? Who doesn't like Bob Mackie? Right. Genuinely. So it's like, of course she looks good because everybody is going to look good in this dress. It fits spectacularly. It is like an insanely well done replica, and that's crazy. Like, it's crazy how similar it looks. And I do think that she looks beautiful in this hair. I think it's a grease. I think Alyssa looks great. Denali.
This is what I thought this is what I expected to see. You know what I mean? When they said Miley runway. And I was like, okay, cool. Somebody decided to do it. And she did a great job. She really did. She looked almost exactly like her. She even had like the fake shaved sides of her head. Body looked great. She had the big bear. She had the reveal. She looked exactly like Miley did in the video. Yeah, it's a Grease.
You're crazy. I am very curious what the thought process was here. Because
What do
you
you
can
mean?
see the entire reveal. You can see the entire thing underneath it. And like, yes, her body looks great. This is iconic Miley, like you're saying. Like, this is what you assume someone would wear. She looks perfectly the same, but I just hated that you could see all of it underneath it.
I'll
Yes,
give you that.
You can see the whole
It
bra.
should have been held up a little better.
So I actually nuked it because of that. Santi Ali.
I liked this. This definitely gave Miley. It was like really close to what I remember it being. And I remember watching this VMAs live because I knew the queens were going to be on it. But yeah, this is cool. Like, it's not that bad. There was a little bit maybe of like a shaping issue here and there, but I'm greasing it.
It's another really recognizable Miley look, and I honestly love this. Like, it's a really kind of faithful recreation. I don't always like the big eyes on stuff. I don't know why. Just one of those things I'm not always a fan of. The only thing, like my only small nitpick would be that the crotch area doesn't fit super well. But other than that, it's absolutely a Grease. Okay, Daya Betty.
Okay, so here's my thing on this one. Is the directive that they're given to do a Miley look, or is the directive that they're given to do a drag-inspired Miley look? Because that's my question about this. Because this is almost a direct recreation of what that is. It looks exactly like it. It's very simple. I feel like if I knew which side of the coin was supposed to be, like,
Yeah.
I would be able to give this a really full, in-depth one way or the other. But I'm still going to give it a Grease. She looks great. The makeup looks a little bit different for Daya even.
Yeah.
So she tried to do that to make it look like Miley. The hair is very fucking cool. It's like 2000s, late 90s, frosted tip moment.
Mhm.
She looks great. Like, she looks great. It's a Grease.
I feel like Daya really could paint to look like Miley. After seeing this,
Yeah.
like, man, if she changed the shape of her makeup just slightly, she could dead ass look like Miley, like a 6'8" Miley Cyrus. But she looks
Basic
stunning.
instinct.
It is a really simple gown, but it was also like a really smart choice. I was really surprised that we didn't see any kind of repeats. I'm honestly liking Daya so much more this season than I have liked her before.
Me too.
And this is a big old Grease. Our last queen on the stage is Ginger Minj.
I thought this looked like a shower curtain. This reminds me of her season 7 Elvis look. I didn't like that one either. I don't know. This isn't even, when you put the picture up next to it, it's like, it's too much fabric. Like, you needed to have an open midriff for this to make it look like it was what it was. The hair.
Hate it.
Oh, I can't deal with it. I don't like it at all. I just don't like it. Yeah, I just can't handle it. I don't like it. Elvis Presley, not cute. This is like, it's nooch but derogatory.
All right, perfect. Yeah, when I first saw this, I was like, okay, is this branding or is this like just the obvious choice of what Ginger Minj is going to choose for this challenge? Because like, it's not, it's not badly constructed. It's well thought out. But like, even just if she had worn a like Miley hair, if she had more faithfully recreated the hair, how sickening would that have been? Because
it would have been way better.
all I'm seeing here is Ginger. I'm not seeing Miley. Whereas like every other queen, I got a hint of Miley, except maybe Acid, I think. This was so predictable that I also nuked it. Screw you, you cheating mother tucker.
Hot bam, you take me for a sucker.
Our critiques this week. What did everybody think? Thoughts and feelings and prayers.
I thought that Denali definitely should have been in the top 2, for sure. I thought that was a moment, and it should have been a thing. And then Ginger was second place, in my opinion. Like, to be honest, I do think that was the case.
Everyone got pretty good critiques. The only negative critique really was Alyssa. And I can't believe that Denali's hat, or Alyssa's hat, or also Acid's hat. I can't believe the hats weren't mentioned. There was no speaking of the hat. And I also can't believe that nobody brought up that you could see Denali's entire reveal. That was all crazy. For me, I could have seen the reveal keeping Denali out of the top. Personally, just for me personally. And I don't know. I don't know, like, who I would have put in the top other than Denali and Ginger. I guess it's hard for me because, like I said, I wasn't like wowed by the performance by anybody really.
Right.
So I don't know. It was a tough episode for me for critiques.
I don't really know who else would have been in the top though.
I'm glad that chat is agreeing that this episode was kind of lackluster.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Ginger and Denali are in the top, and they go on to lip sync. And what was everybody's takeaway here? I'm curious.
I have watched this lip sync 5 times now.
Wow. Okay. T.
I don't know if you watched the Roscoe's of her explaining.
I did not.
What she was...
have not. I did not watch Roscoe's this week.
So she basically just kind of says like how she approached the song, and she's like, it's a pop punk song, and she kept saying it's a pop punk song, and it's not really a punk song, but it is, like, in my opinion, it is high energy.
Yes.
I truly don't know what happened, because I feel like in any other season, in any other situation, with any other 2 queens, the Denali would have won.
Yeah.
There was one moment in the lip sync where they cut to Rue's face, and it was like at that moment she decided like, oh, this is not it.
When Denali bent over.
Yeah, I don't know. She also said that it was like the splits were all edited together, and they're in the actual performance they were very, very spread out. And there was like, yeah, it did feel out of place. And there's one point in the lip sync where they do the cut to her in the split, and they're not playing the music.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
because
so
that's
weird.
an edit and it's spliced together. I think it's to make Denali look like she was doing more than what was needed. Regardless, I thought Denali was more entertaining, hands down. I thought she should have won. That's what I think. Okay. I don't hate Ginger for winning, okay? I thought she still did a good job.
This is crazy. This is all crazy, and I can't believe Joshita is in here playing in my face, lying to me. What in the fuck is this? Because, okay, and you guys know, I say every week, I watch this at like 8 o'clock in the morning with my coffee and, you know, have my breakfast. So I watched this on Friday, and I'm like fuming mad. And I texted Joshita immediately and said, production has fucked up Drag Race. Like, I just said that, right? I knew he was like going to camp, so he finally texted me and was like, I'm reading this verbatim. I need a rewatch, but my current drunk interpretation is that Denali did too much. And I was like, what? So imagine my surprise when Joshita is now sitting here in front of me saying, no, Denali should have won.
That was my initial like reasoning, because I'm sitting here trying to figure out why it went this direction. And that was, and so when I watched it the very first time, we were already at camp. We were using a hotspot. It was 13 pixels, and I was like 4 whiskey and cokes in. So I was like, I don't know what the fuck just happened. And I think it's because Rue thought she did too much. When I rewatched the other 4 times, I noticed that kind of cut to Rue's face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, she wasn't feeling it. She wasn't feeling it. So that was my initial kind of take on it to like make rationale to my life and why it didn't happen the way I thought it should.
Right. But like, okay, I see the critique of people like Drew, what you're saying, like she was doing too much. And Denali actually does something in lip syncs that I don't like, where she's very literal. At one point in this song that says, they say like, I think, and she goes like this, like points to her head, like I think, like this. So
like a dance move for every beat.
Yep. And every lip sync of hers, she does this like very literal interpretation. She's an amazing dancer for sure, but a lot of what she does in this sense is very obvious, very literal. But Ginger was like not even moving at all. It was crazy. Like the first time I watched it, I was like dumbfounded. What I don't like is this feeling like Ginger is being handed this entire competition, because it doesn't need to happen. Like Ginger is such a strong competitor when it comes to like everything in
Yeah.
Drag Race. Obviously, we don't actually hate Ginger, and we're not actually mad.
No.
But the people that are like freaking out about it.
It's like, did you not expect Ginger to like sweep coming in when you saw her?
I'm trying to remember where I placed Ginger now in our drafts. So, okay, we have 1 episode left, and there are technically 3 other points to be earned. So someone could get 6 points.
Denali could.
If they were to win the lip sync, and then be awarded all the Kumbaya MVQ points. That is the most amount that somebody could fathomably get.
But here's the other tea. We've already gotten wind of Acid Betty taking control of what is going on with these points. So something is going to happen next week with this. And I think that they're going to try to knock one of the top 3 out.
The only person I think they can't knock out is Ginger, though.
It really comes down to it. And I didn't really see Acid Betty like doing this. Like, I'm so excited. I live.
Joshita, do you have anything else to say? Speak now or forever hold your grease. Oh my God. Were you saving that?
Yeah. No, I have nothing else to say except for Aguamenti. Now you're wet.
Oh, goodness. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Subscribe to the YouTube. We will be back next week at 7.
Yeah. And just keep in mind, if you're only watching the YouTube videos, you don't get the pre-show yappies where we talk about snack foods and pooping.
Yeah, we talk about a lot of stuff that all gets edited out. So if you're not watching us live, you are missing out. Bosh. Bosh to you too, good sir.
Drew!
Okay, we are leaving. We love you all. Goodbye.
Au revoir, mes amis.